Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications of whenever we release new videos. Also, please remember to share them to your social media. Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks. Once again, I want to announce that the most liked comment during the first 7 days of this video premiere will receive a $100 gift card or merch store credit. I also want to let you know that if you enroll as a Patreon supporter, you will receive a commercial-free preview video link 24 hours before the next video's premiere. There is no minimum membership to purchase for this, so choose to support us with any amount you desire. Today's episode takes us to a Forest Service campground just a few miles from McKenzie, British Columbia. The rolling hills are crowded with dense stands of fir and pine trees with grasses and bushes growing in any open ground. The elevation varies between 3,000 to 4,500 feet, and the landscape is dotted with lakes, ponds, and several national parks and nature conservancies. Wildlife in the area is extremely diverse, featuring caribou, moose, elk, whitetail and blacktail deer, sheep and goats, as well as wolves, wolverines, and brown and black bear. On Saturday, May 10th, 2015, 27-year-old Daniel Ward O'Connor and his young fiance, Jami Wallace, had plans to camp the entire summer in an RV and had staked their campsite along the Parsnip River. Ward, as Daniel was affectionately known, loved nature, the forest, and the bush. Everyone that knew him loved him and his innocent smile. Upon learning the young lovers' plans, friends asked if they were afraid and inquired as to whether they had any firearms with them. They were not afraid, and they did not pack bear spray, nor any firearms, based on the sources I found. The couple had, a few days prior, filmed a wolf sniffing around their campground and were excited to be surrounded by the peaceful and tranquil woods they so loved. May 10th was a great day, with wonderful weather. After spending the day together, the couple gathered more firewood and gazed at the stars, embracing their freedom. Around 1:30 a.m., Jami was overcome with sleepiness and decided to go to bed. She entered the motorhome and prepared herself for the night's rest. Ward was so comfortable in his favorite setting, he decided the night was too perfect to waste inside the motorhome and rolled out his bed next to the campfire. Lulled by the sounds of the forest, he had no reservations about closing his eyes and drifting off to sleep. For Jami, the night was uneventful. She woke up and got ready to go outside, where she assumed Ward would be waking up, if not stoking the fire back to life for the day. She exited the motorhome and looked at the smoldering fire, with Ward's bedding somewhat scattered about. As she approached the fire pit, she could see a large blood trail leading off into the woods. Jami immediately began to be very concerned and started yelling for Ward. She screamed and yelled loudly for him, but received no response. Jami then recruited the help of their dog and tried to get him to find Ward, but the dog was terrified and wouldn't leave the motorhome. Jami bravely followed the blood trail and found the body of Ward. The bear was nowhere to be found, and she had no cell service. Jami rushed back to the couple's car and at 9:30 a.m. began the drive to Danny O'Connor's house, Ward's father. Danny and Jami rushed back to the campsite with their hearts in their throats. Upon arriving, Danny began searching for his son among the bush. He was compelled to find his son and see if there was any possibility he may still be alive. As Danny approached his son's body, he could see a large black bear standing over Ward. The bear was clearly defending his kill and was not going to be chased off by Danny. Danny wisely returned to his truck to wait for the RCMP and the BC Conservation Officer Service to arrive at the scene. After the authorities began approaching the kill site, they located a lone wolf and shot it immediately. A little while later, they spotted a 305-pound black bear and dispatched it as well. They were not certain which animals had killed Ward, or if both animals had fed on his body. Ward's remains were recovered and brought to the coroner. Ward's autopsy noted that there were no wolf marks on the remains. His remains also had no defensive wounds, like bites on the hands or arms. This meant that the bear killed Ward very quickly and dragged him off immediately thereafter. The wounds on Ward's body were clearly and exclusively caused by a bear attack. Authorities labeled the attack as strictly predatory. The question that I have is, did the bear come in to investigate the same scents that the wolf had previously smelled and stumbled into the man while sleeping, prompting a defensive attack that progressed into a predatory one? Or do you think, as his family and friends have expressed, that the bear had been stalking the couple from the darkness and used the opportunity to launch a surprise predatory attack? Post your response or other questions in the comments and let's talk about it. I want to make sure to thank our Patreon supporters, Cole Rodriguez, Cruise Control, Aurora, April Donovan, Ryan Cernicki, Chris Marlar, Wayne Washington, Fluffy Feet, Cheyenne, Greg Schaefer, Gabrielle, and Drone Adventures. Make sure to check out our merch store for some great camping and hiking gear, and please remember to be safe out there, especially in bear country.